Imagine descending into a world where every footstep echoes against rusted pipes, where the distant thump of bass is the only thing keeping you alive. Welcome to ANTRO. From the moment you slip into Niche's shoes, you feel a weight of oppression, of secrets untold, and of a rhythm that refuses to be silenced. I dove in expecting a straightforward platformer. Instead, I found myself immersed in a subterranean Barcelona that breathes with graffiti, with whispered rumors of revolution, and with music that feels as vital as oxygen. The story is deceptively simple. Deliver a mysterious package, and somehow that act sparks a rebellion against La Cúpula. Yet the magic lies in the details. Patty's fragmented recollections that play like poetry, an abandoned subway car humming with hidden beats, the fleeting glimpse of sunlit streets above ground that reminds you what you're fighting for. At first, the gameplay feels familiar. Run, jump, wall run. But during those rhythm-driven chase sequences, ANTRO transforms. You're no longer just guiding a character, you're performing on a stage. Every input must align with the music. A slide time to the snare, a strike on the downbeat, a leap synced with a soaring synth. It's addictive, it's demanding. And when you nail a sequence perfectly, it feels like you're part of the soundtrack itself. Visually, ANTRO sticks to a muted palette, grays, browns, and hints of neon red. But within that restraint lies creativity. Factories pulse in time with the music, drones patrol like choreographed sentinels, and background graffiti flickers when the beat drops. It never feels cluttered. Instead, every element heightens the tension, underscoring the narrative that art survives even when it's outlawed. The audio design goes beyond music. Footsteps on metal grates, whirring servos, and the distant drip of water echo through concrete corridors. These sounds weave into the soundtrack so that silence itself feels like a weapon. Pause and listen, and the world feels alive, or at least more desperate. The desperation is real. However, there are some flaws here. Occasional clipping, a frozen scene, and a single mistimed jump that can force a retry. And sometimes the controls feel a hair too unforgiving. But even those hiccups became part of my experience. Emotionally, I felt claustrophobic because every tunnel felt like a cell. Empowered because every successful rhythm run felt like breaking a chain. But by the end, when Niche stands before La Cúpula's fortress and the final beat explodes into color, I felt triumphant, not because the fight was over, but because I'd become part of something bigger. ANTRO is a bold, concise experience where music and movement merge into something memorable. Yet those occasional control hiccups, the brevity of its rhythm sections, and a handful of bugs leave you wanting more polish and depth. It's a journey that thrills, but at times teases you with brilliance that isn't fully realized. I scored a 7.5 out of 10. I recommend ANTRO to indie platformer fans who crave a strong narrative pulse, to rhythm game enthusiasts ready for something raw and emotional, and to anyone who believes that in a world silenced, music is the loudest act of defiance.